All right, we're going to be talking about iOS 18 since it's come out a couple days ago, and I wanted to discuss a few features that it comes with. Now, personally, I don't think this update is the biggest thing that Apple's ever released, and I think that's saying a lot, though there are some cool features that it does come with. And one of those things, which we'll start off with, is the home screen. With the home screen, you're able to lay out your apps however you want, in the sense that you don't have to have it one app next to the other. You can lay them arbitrarily however you would like. For some, I can see a lot of people doing some creative things with this, or just ease of use and accessibility to certain apps based on its layout. Now, you're also able to customize your apps to look differently. If you hold the screen and then press edit and then customization, a new menu is presented to you. You're able to change the size of your icons from small to large. This is new. And then you're also able to change it from light mode, dark mode, auto with a night and day cycle, and then tinted. Light and dark mode change the appearance of the apps, but you can also change how the background contrasts those apps as well. So I use a dark mode with the apps, but with a light contrast for the background. Next, you have your tinted, where you can change the apps to have whatever color you basically want. It can be red, blue, green, whatever. I personally don't like this feature, as I don't like how the apps look, but I know a lot of people do, and they're able to do a lot of creative things with it. As you can see, with the control center has a familiar look, but there are slight differences. As you can see with all the network connectivity section up on the top left, everything's grouped in a little bit of a different way. But then also on the right hand side, you have your favorites, your music, your network, and then a separate page for however you want to set up different controls. You're able to add new controls and configure them to fit however size you want. This is great. I do think this is a great feature. It's practical and it's functional. So this is something that I'm looking forward to customizing myself. Next, we have a few updates in the Messages app, and they're pretty cool. So first, we actually have formatting. Now, you're able to format your messages with certain effects on them, as you can see here, but also you're able to format them in a traditional sense with bolding, italicizing, underlining, and strike-throughs. Now, with this feature and the next feature that I'll go over, these are only available from iPhone to iPhone, not iPhone to Android or anything like that, unfortunately. I hope they eventually come out with an update to allow that, but I don't see Apple doing that anytime soon. The next feature in Messages is actually scheduled messages. This is super cool. I think this is great. I really don't know when you would use it. Maybe you're thinking of sending a message later in the future that is almost as a reminder for someone who will need that on that specific day and time. But you're able to send scheduled messages. You'll set the date, you'll set the time, hit send, and then it kind of comes up as this dotted, dashed bubble around your message, and it'll give you a prompt saying, hey, we're gonna send this over at this time. So it's actually really cool, simple features that I also think should have been here a long time ago. Next, you probably had noticed a new app icon on the home screen, and it's called the Passwords app. And so with that, it is just a passwords management app. It has all your passkeys, your passwords. You're able to share those with friends and family as you choose. And then also it will give you any security risk suggestions on making a stronger password for certain accounts that you might need updating. So very simple, very practical, straight to the point. Next, we have the lock screen, which you can customize a little bit further than what we're used to. Now, Android already has this feature for a long time, but you're able to customize the two buttons on the bottom corners to different controls and whichever ones you want. So some people might want to have a hotspot enabler, or maybe they want to have a different function to go there. But whatever it is, you can now do that, and you can change both to whatever you like. And much like the Apple event, its slogan should be, at least we have it now. All right, this next iOS 18 feature is pretty cool, and it's called vocal shortcuts. And basically what it does is you select a function you want it to execute, and you use a phrase to execute it. So the phone will ask you to repeat that phrase 3 times, which you do create. And then after that, you're all set. So I'll say snap, and then it'll take a screenshot, and I don't have to use my hands or anything. It's all vocal. So this is a pretty cool one. Don't know how many people are gonna be using it, but I still think it's cool. This next feature actually requires you to have a MacBook running macOS Sequoia. There's an app that's called iPhone Screen Mirroring on your MacBook. You click it, it asks to connect to your phone, you enter your password, and then you're all connected. And you use your phone on your MacBook the way that you normally use your phone any other time. You can interact with apps, customize your phone. You can do basically literally one-to-one everything on your MacBook, except for taking photos and I think FaceTime. There's a few limitations to that, but other than that, you're able to use your phone directly onto your MacBook, which is pretty cool. All right, and those are the features of iOS 18 that I thought were worth mentioning. There are definitely a lot more, especially within the accessibility options in the settings app, but it goes very nitty gritty, and honestly, not a lot of people are going to use them. These features are the big highlights, and some are great, some are a little lackluster, but either way, a pretty standard update in the iOS world. Thank you guys so much for being here in this video. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and let me know what video you want to see next. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Deuces.